Hey guys, it's Sean here with Hidden Pines Homestead. My hive is starting to look pretty crowded, so I think it's time to open up a second hive to prevent swarming. I cleared out an area in my backyard here that gets pretty good sunlight, but enough shade to not overheat the bees. The wood from the original base is dry rotted, so we're going to use that as a stencil to measure and cut some new boards. Once the new boards are cut, we're going to go ahead and screw it into each side of our base. Golf cart break. Now that we've got everything screwed together, we're going to go ahead and lay our cinder blocks down on each end. And that's going to act as the supports for our new base. We'll set the new base on top here, adjust as needed. And I'm really hitting all the thirst trap angles. Always check your work, make sure it's level. Alright, that's what we want. Now we're going to take our base back off of the cinder blocks. And I have some leftover, feels like cement board. We're going to use that to cover the openings on the cinder blocks. And that's going to help prevent any ants, hive beetles, or anything else getting into our hive and potentially harming our bees. We're going to go ahead and pop our base back on over the cinder blocks. Make sure it's good and secure. Make sure the holes are covered. Base isn't wiggling at all, which is a good sign. And always recheck your work. Still level. We have here the boxes for the new hive that we'll set up. The bees are still hard at work cleaning up the propolis, excess honey, all that fun stuff, so we'll let them keep working on it. In the meantime, I'll set this beeswax out so they can clean it up too before I melt it down.
Okay, so this is called a nuke. This nuke has 5 empty frames in it. As you can see, the frames are going to be cleaned off from when we originally got these. And what's going to happen is we're going to take 5 frames from my current hive over here that contain bees and honey in them, and we're going to put those in here. We're going to take these empty frames, clean them off, and stick them in my hive. After about a day or so, we're going to take these frames that are filled with bees and honey now and put them in the new hive. And what we're going to do is introduce a queen cell. They will feed and nourish the new queen cell until it hatches into a new queen bee. And from there, she will be able to reproduce and repopulate and colonize the new hive.
Getting up to our hive here, we'll take the top off. We see we got some activity going on in here. Always want to have a hive tool with you because the bees like to seal each box with propolis, which is similar to beeswax. After taking off the top box, we revealed 10 frames here. The bees are looking pretty lively. I had to use a smoker to get them off the top of the frames. Gently smoking them will make them retreat down into the hive between the frames themselves. You kind of want the top of these frames clean. That way they keep all the work and production of honey in between the frames where they're supposed to go. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape this comb off, and the honey kind of hurts my heart to do so because it's delicious, but they'll be able to snack on that. As I dive deeper and deeper into the hive here, you can see the bees are a little louder, a little more feisty. Here I'm gently smoking the bees, and that's going to kind of keep them at bay, scatter them a little bit, that way they're not all trying to sting me. And as you can see, that kind of disperses them a little bit. And as I was doing before, in the last box, I'm going to go ahead and take my hive tool, scrape some of that excess honey off the top of the frames. That darker looking stuff, that's the propolis. It's similar to beeswax. They use that, as said before, to seal off each individual box. And that's honestly going to weatherproof the hive itself. This is the lower box, also known as the brood box. It contains the queen. When you set the boxes on the ground, you want to put them on their side. That'll help prevent any critters getting into the boxes. This sturdy looking board is called a bottom board. It slides out from underneath the brood box. Looking at that board every so often will give you a good indication if you have any unwanted creatures inside your hive, including hive beetles, ants, etc. This one is just dirty. It looks pretty normal though. I don't see any evidence of anything other than bees in the hive currently. We got ourselves a fresh bottom board. We'll go ahead and stick that into the bottom box here underneath the brood box. We're good to go. And when reassembling the hive, it's very, very important to put the boxes back in order. The queen always has to stay on the bottom box. Alrighty, we've got some fresh beeswax here to melt down in the double boiler. So it started raining outside, so in the meantime I'm going to melt down this beeswax in our double boiler here. We'll have to get back out tomorrow, so stick around for part 2. Thanks for visiting.